Should we hunt a few monsters to start the day off?
Off we go then.
Shall we get underway?
What business have you?
You've pushed your luck too far.
I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves, good people. I will have none of this squabbling.
So, Manella, you don't understand. This scoundrel's the one who started it.
No, you don't understand. This is no time for the people of Batal to be quarrelling amongst themselves. We shan't weather this calamity unless we can recall our common purpose and unite our efforts towards it.
Her peculiar sensation filled me during my
Sir Arisen. You are returned, I see. With the world in such disarray, I could not stand to be away from my homeland. Thus did I return, to render what aid I may. I maintain order as best I can, but for every fire I extinguish, it seems 3 more are incited behind my back. But enough of my woes. What brings you here? You wish us to evacuate? Mayhap the idea merits some thought. After all, if we sit on our haunches, 'tis likely only a matter of time before we share the fate of Mel. Alas, the people of Batal are far from united in purpose at present. Should we proceed, unheeding of their divisions, I fear that our efforts would come undone ere long. With every soul at their wits' end, conflict is like to spark at the slightest provocation. As such, before we take any measures, I would have you walk amongst the people, Sir Arisen. Behold, and should you encounter any discord, pray do aught you can to resolve the people's quarrels and assuage their fears. Such efforts will doubtless allow the evacuation to proceed all the more smoothly. As for me, my work here is far from done. Let us part ways for now, and reconvene when you have accomplished all you can.
'Tis no mere tavern brawl we are to mediate, Master. Due caution is advised, methinks.
'Tis no great shock to me.
Oi! I saw it first. Phuh. Trust a flea-ridden hide to take it all for himself.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food than Batal is your land.
You there! You couldn't have come at a better time. Put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into it. If that's what you think, why don't you mind your own business?
All right, clear off. Pretty words shan't fill our bellies.
You said it's bad to hurt people. Wow! Thanks, sir. Say, Rakim, would you like some? I can't eat all this myself.
Really? Thanks. That's mighty kind of you. If only our fathers could do the same.
Oi, leave my kid alone.
You're not some child snatcher, are you?
Wait, you shared your food with them. Thank you, sir. As for you, Nomos, it would seem we were both but looking out for our children, hey?
Aye. Mayhap we're not so different after all. And we both had children fed. We've no reason to quarrel.
The desire to protect one's kin transcends race and culture. It just goes to show, we are none of us so different.
A resounding success.
Ah! You're just riding on your father's coattails!
You slander my honor, sir. I demand a duel. This is no business of yours. Begone!
Now, Narborough, let's not be too hasty. If we are to duel, We ought to have a witness. Otherwise, who's to say the victor fought with honor?
Aye, true enough. Without a witness, either of us could simply kill the other, then disavow the use of any underhandedness. Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this scoundrel to task? This knave dared to slight my honor. He said my swordsmanship was hardly fit to wound a training dummy. The bloody nerve of him.
And I'd say it again. 'Twas your dear father's patronage that made you a sentinel, not your own skill.
You have my gratitude, sir. Let us delay no further. Come, Scario. Prepare yourself.
Have at you!
Stay back. Stay caught in the fray.
Have you lost your wits? Keep your distance.
Is that it? Might as well lay down and die.
Wish Brock were here. Nothing scares him.
Fight well now, else there is no tomorrow!
This is beyond my cap.
Fight well now, else
This
there is no
can't be
tomorrow!
I admit it. I underestimated your skill. The loss is mine.
Nay. 'Twas I who underestimated you. I'd thought to score an easy victory, but you fought fair and capably.
We owe you a debt, sir. 'Tis on your account that we've seen some sense. Were it not for your timely appearance, I'd wager this nonsense might have cost one of us their life.
Indeed. Better to hone our respective skills than take up arms against petty slights, I say.
It seems some things can only be resolved by crossing blades. But I doubt they'll quarrel again after this.
Such moments make me proud to serve the Arisen.
I've had well enough of your nitpicking.
I reckon the world would be better off without you.
That's enough.
Let's not be too hasty now. Oi, you! Don't go poking your nose in our business. This is between us.
Aye, leave off or we'll make you.
Is scared of my life.
You ought to learn some manners.
You're not alone. I'm with you. And so's Brocker.
That's one step too far.
Steal yourself!
Better to live in peace than continue to suffer. Have you lost your bloody mind?
Reckon you can just cut us down in the street? What's the matter with you? Eh? Fine, fine. We'll set our squabble aside for today, so bother us no more.
Things appear to have quietened down around the city. Shall we bring word of our doings to Sir Manella?
'Tis no great shock to me.
Ah, Sir Arisen. In less pressing circumstances, I would take issue with your methods, but I cannot deny your efficacy. The people of Batal are beginning to see that they must stand together if they are to survive this calamity. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time comes to evacuate. At the very least, we need not expect too much opposition to the announcement. Pray, return to Empress Nadinia and apprise her of your doings. Heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day. I hope you will accept this humble reward for your efforts.
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought to be willing to commence the evacuation now.
Fear not. 'Tis well in hand.
Flow of time is not as it should be.
Indeed. Aught we once held to be true is now changed.
But who would effect such a change? And for what purpose?
Her Majesty has begun her supplications. None may see her ere they conclude.
Stay your hand, Vera. This one may pass. Come hither. We would speak with you. One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city, resolving the people's troubles. You have our gratitude for your efforts, which have doubtless bettered the fate of this nation and its citizenry. Your journey continues, does it not? We wish you good fortune on your travels, wheresoe'er they may take you. Yet, ere we part ways, we would make another request of you. It regards Lord Phaesus. Though we have implored the man to join the evacuation, he has staunchly refused to leave this land behind. We thought that he might be more inclined to heed your words, as our own have fallen on deaf ears. Would you be willing to call on him in our stead? Of course, you are free to decline if our proposal is an unwelcome one.
Pray excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time is upon us. I would see you prepared for the road ahead.
Indeed. Forgive us, but we must take our leave. Farewell.
Back baton.
What do you think you're doing here?
Much to do yet.
Some of us get complacent. I'm about ready to fall asleep.
Number on my shoulders.
Have you found your charge?
What am I supposed to do?
We must needs do aught within our power to forestall this impending calamity.
You saw the sky fall, I trust. I doubt you could have missed it. And wherever the sky falls, a dragon soon appears to lay waste to the land. Or so I had assumed, after what befell Melv. Yet aught here appears to be different. Has our ruin been forestalled, or merely postponed? I must examine that creature. It may well be the key to unraveling the origins of this cataclysm.
I can see where we need to go, but some fell power is blocking our way.
Many paths are closed to us now, on account of the dragon's descent, no doubt. But we must find a way to reach it.
Confound this obstruction. But I suppose I ought to have expected this. Answers were ne'er so easily won. Monsters. Summoned by that beast, no doubt.
An impressive diversion. Shall I finish them off, Arisen?
Miss, and you shame us both.
You looking for a fight?
You have naught to fear. I'll protect you.
Principles unproven. Choice win. It seems this is the only way forward. Up we go.
There are too many of them. Better we cut down only those we must to proceed.
I feel like our prospects.
Enough, Daniel. Follow me. A fine welcome indeed. I can only hope that the worst is now behind us. Naught can be achieved.
That's quite enough.
I'll not stand for this.
That's quite enough. That's quite enough.
Oh, very well. Back to the side I go.
Principles unproven as dust on the wind. The beast's fell powers are twice as terrible in the flesh.
No mercy!
Naught can be achieved without sacrifice.
indeed.
I ill like our prospects.
Alas, a theory unproven is of little practical use. There it is! The dragon at the heart of all this destruction.
Let us see what you're made of.
A fine display of skill.
You put the enemy right where I need to, Merit. Don't let us.
Well, 'tis clear that
What a singular creature. Is this what called the monsters forth? I should like to capture it and bring it back to the lab. There's much that might be learned from it. Why did you destroy it? The secrets we might have learned. Never mind. You've your charge, 'tis true, and the fiends appear to be falling back. But I trust you won't object if I take a sample of its remains. After all, your role is to save this world, and mine is to pursue its secrets. Though this land has seemingly been spared its destruction, there is no guarantee of safety. The oceans yet cloud the skies, and monsters swarm in ever greater numbers. As 'twill be difficult to continue my research under such conditions, I have decided to evacuate. I only hope that this sanctuary of yours will prove more conducive to my work.
To think that the world could shift so suddenly and so...
The world is in an...
to think that vase was in truth a dragon. 'Twas clever of you to realize its true nature, Master. We've arrived well enough. Where to next?
A good sleep does wonders.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
I hope you slept well?
I've no time for you now.
Can't say I have any tidings to share.
this is...
If I'd time to spare, I'd spend it in the tavern.
Sooner be home.
Best quality of salt we have.
Well met, sir.
Bet you're bound up in all of this. Hey, cuz.
Greetings.
Its healing waters draw upon the volcano's natural heat.
Always a pleasure. The waters of the hot spring have left us fighting fit. Now we can resume our journey with renewed vigor.
Fear not. 'Tis well in hand.
Sir, how can I be of assistance?
Ah, I remember you. What brings you to the encampment? It is a miracle you're still alive. Though I dare say that's true of all of us. Oh? You believe we ought to evacuate? Well, you've traveled far indeed to deliver these tidings. Farther, I dare say, than anyone would go for the sake of an idle jest. If we must leave, we shall have to begin preparations at once. But I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to all that must be done. In fact, there's a rather delicate matter that I could use some help with. A blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. Might you escort them here, so that they can join the evacuation? The smith, Gustava, is a man of good sense. But as for his wife... well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always been a contentious sort. She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice, and isn't likely to take kindly to the arrival of any of my knights on her doorstep. I can only hope that she will be more willing to listen to you, a third party, as to her. And while you're taking care of that, I will see to it that the encampment is made ready to depart with all due haste.
Ah, I remember the blacksmith and his lady wife well. I only hope we can convince them to join the evacuation.
Right you are.
Our foes are armed!
Shame I've no advantage against this foe. Are we all in the same boat?
Have my protection!
Like those red... That's quite a large boulder. But methinks 'twill budge if we combine our strength.
Would anyone care to push? Are your lead?
You weren't expecting mercy. treasure chest. Oh, my mistake. 'Tis merely another spot for gathering materials.
A few more victories like that, and we'll have them running for the hills.
Not bad.
I shan't let them harm you. Dare I say it, we trounced our foe well and true.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next.
He thinks these climbs are ill-suited to habitation.
Indeed. Vermont feels a world away.
Wish me to return? At once, master.
Well now, whatever brings you here? These are perilous times to be wandering about. You'd have us evacuate with the encampment? I am touched by your kindness, friend, but we'll manage on our own. I couldn't bear to be pressed in among those crowds.
Now, I'll hear none of that. I'll see you to safety, my dear, come hell or high water. Besides, I should hope this good soul has earned your trust by now. Helped me out of a tight spot on more than one occasion, if you'll recall. After all that goodwill and the long trek out here to warn us, we'd seem mighty ungrateful, turning our back on another helping hand extended only in kindness.
Oh, very well, my love, if you insist. It seems we'll be accepting your offer after all, friend. Would you be so kind as to escort us to our destination?
Let us see our charges.
Best be on your guard. Practice are about.
Rain will accomplish little against this foe.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you. This ladder can take us to new heights.
Ah, excellent find. You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
What ought I to do?
Those baleful clouds shan't stop till they have devoured the world entire.
Whatever happens, we cannot give in.
Would you be so kind as to escort the smith's wife, Cleuna, with...
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuation begins, I wonder?
Would you find Ser Ernesto and tell him we've arrived? Let him know that we'll wait here till the time comes.
Sir, I implore you to reconsider. Surely you can see that the situation is dire.
How many times must I say it? I'll not be ordered about. Not by ye, not by anyone. Now bugger off and leave me alone.
This is for you, Master.
Ah, good. You're back. I'm afraid there's another matter for which I must beg your assistance. It concerns the fellow I was just speaking with. Sir Lamond, his name is. The man's something of a regular at our hot springs. I sought him out to tell him of the evacuation, but he has flatly refused to join us. I must confess, I'm at a loss as to how I might convince him. Could I prevail upon you to try your hand? At this point, methinks anything I say will fall on deaf ears.
Sir Lamond is as mighty as 100 soldiers. 'Twould be reassuring to have his aid. Shall we speak with him?
Right you are.
Fancy meeting ye here, cuz. Did you want... Not this again. I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone. Not even ye. Oh, bollocks. Of course you'd make a decent request like that. Aye, fine. I'll do it. Seeing as you're the one asking. Can't say I'll be glad to leave this place behind, but you've my word. I'll get them to safety.
He seems to have acquiesced. Sir Ernesto will be thrilled to hear it, I'm sure.
Tis as you say.
I cannot thank you enough for all you've done. We shall fare much better on the road with Sir Lamont's arm to defend us. 'Twill be slow going, mind. We have wounded whom we must accommodate. Yet, come what may, I swear to see them all to safe harbor.
I see you recognize my worth, Arisen. I suppose I should consider myself honored to serve.
It was a pleasure to swing my weapon for your cause.
Let us work together to honor the...
What are you up to? You know, I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath a blanket of ash. I can give you...
There are worse things than